If you are from outside the EU and wondering whether you can actually get a job in Sweden, the answer is yes. But the rules are different and many people get them wrong. So watch this video till the end because if you are a non-EU applicant, knowing the right rules and requirements before applying can save you months or even years of struggle. I am Kanika, a 15 years experienced HR professional and a recruiter in Sweden for the last 4 years. I have worked with many non-EU candidates. Some landed jobs quickly, others struggled for years. The biggest difference I have seen, the one who succeed understand the rules before they start applying, not after. If you are a non-EU or non-EEA citizen and you plan to work in Sweden for more than 3 months, you usually need a work permit and residence permit before you start working. And here's what the Swedish Migration Agency looks at first. You must have a written job offer from a Swedish employer. Your salary and employment conditions must match Swedish industry standards or collective agreements. Your salary must meet the minimum threshold set by law. As of now, the threshold is roughly SEK 29,600 per month, which is about 80% of the median Swedish salary. Since June 2025, this requirement is strictly enforced for new applications, and from 2026, the threshold may increase further. This means one thing: even if you are highly skilled, a job offer with a salary below the limit will not qualify for a work permit. It's not only about you, the employer also has some responsibilities. Before offering you a job, the employer must advertise the role in Sweden and the EU EEA for at least 10 days. They need to provide a signed contract that clearly states salary, role, and working conditions. They need to offer mandatory insurance coverage, health, life, pension, and occupational injury. Many candidates don't know this and sometimes offer fail not because of the candidate but because of the employer didn't follow the correct process. So when you receive an offer, don't assume everything is done. It's okay to politely confirm that the employer understands the work permit requirements. Some industries in Sweden are more open for hiring non-EU professionals, especially IT, engineering, healthcare, and highly specialized roles. These fields often face skill shortages, so employers are more willing to go through the permit process. But here's the important part: not every job in these industries qualifies automatically. If the salary is too low or the job wasn't advertised correctly, the migration agency can still reject the permit, even after you have been selected. That's why being realistic and targeted is critical. Here's what works in practice: target companies that already employ international professionals. Ask early in the professional way if the role can support a work permit. Make sure your job offer clearly mentions salary, role, and employment terms. Because any missing step, even something small like incorrect advertising, can lead to a rejected application. Preparation and clarity matter more than speed here. Being a non EU applicant doesn't mean working in Sweden is impossible. It simply means you need to be informed, realistic, and strategic about salary levels, employer responsibilities, and visa rules. Comment your country below, and I'll tell you if I have seen successful hires from there recently. And in my next videos, I'll explain the different types of visas that allow you to work or live in Sweden, including work permit, EU blue card, student resident permits and work rights, transition and job seeker permits for those already in Sweden, and family based permits that allow work after that. I'll also create a separate series on business and self employment options in Sweden: what's realistic, what's not, and what actually works. So, if you want clear, honest explanation without confusion, subscribe to Kanika Sweden Jobs because understanding these rules early can completely change your journey. Hey Doa!